Welcome to Vet Chalk. Exposing how veterans get screwed. By Eric Lee Hughes, accredited claims agent, Alexander Hamilton, first veterans advocate. And debts owed to veterans, previously, on Vet Chalk. Our nation's first government under the Articles of Confederation fell apart because of its inability to pay for veterans' benefits owed after the Revolutionary War. On two separate occasions, officers and enlisted personnel rebelled and sought to overthrow the government to obtain the benefits owed. A convention was called to address the problems that created the emergency. This became the Constitutional Convention. With the Constitution written, two tasks needed to be accomplished. First, the states had to ratify the new Constitution to make it legally binding. Second, the American people had to be convinced the new federal government wasn't going to ruin their lives. Enter Alexander Hamilton. Thought the Revolutionary War, Alexander Hamilton served as General Washington's aide-de-camp. An aide-de-camp is effectively the general's paper pusher. He writes orders, takes dictation, and most importantly signs checks to pay for the war effort. By all accounts, Alexander Hamilton was a master at both writing and accounting. What does this mean? Alexander Hamilton was responsible to paying every colonial soldier in the U.S. Army, and that included signing off on benefits for the wounded. He took that job very seriously. When the officer designed a military dictatorship to supplant Congress, in the Newburgh Conspiracy, Alexander Hamilton was shocked his friends would turn their backs on all they fought for. But when the enlisted soldiers rebelled under Daniel Shay's leadership, Alexander Hamilton took it as a personal failure to care for his men. Alexander Hamilton spared no effort to right the wrongs done to his soldiers. The first order of business was to get the Constitution passed. Thus he wrote most of the Federalist Papers. He made his sorrow for veterans known in Federalist No. 15. We may indeed with pretty be said to have reached almost the last stage of national humiliation. There is scarcely anything that can wound the pride or degrade the character of an independent nation which we do no experience. Are there engagements to the performance of which we are held by every tie respectable among men? There are the subjects of constant and unblushing violation. Do we owe debts to foreigners and to our political existence? These remain without any proper or satisfactory provision for their discharge. With the Constitution ratified, Alexander Hamilton was chosen to be the first Secretary of the Treasury. In his first official action, he would write, "The debt of the United States was the price of liberty. The faith of America has been repeatedly pledged for it, and with solemnities that give peculiar force to the obligation." Hamilton convinced a wary Congress to grant himself significant independent authority to assume all war debt held by the states, whether owed to veterans or contractors, and pay it off using federal funds through national taxes. By doing so, Hamilton hoped to shake the specter of his guilty conscience. On September 29, 1789, Congress did two separate and significant things. First, passed the Bill of Rights and sent it to the states for ratification. Second, passed a law reassigning veterans' benefits obligations owed by the states to the federal government. This is perhaps how veterans got screwed. Congress was so concerned about veterans' rights that it pushed through the first federal veterans' benefits law prior to the passage of the Bill of Rights. The pro-veteran canon would soon be lost in the shuffle. To find out if the pro-veteran canon is in the cards, watch the next Vet Chalk. Exposing how veterans get screwed. Please like, subscribe, and share.